Welcome or welcome back. I hope everyone is feeling well and healthy and ready to get moving. If this is your first time with me, thank you for joining me. I hope you're going to enjoy this one. Please make sure to watch the video that I'm going to tag here, I think it is. Tips on a virtual yoga class if you haven't already. It's very important because, I'm not there with you to guide you and to help you through the sequence, through the practice. So just some things that I thought important to take note of. And yeah, as you can see today, I'm on a bed. Today we are doing a Yin Yoga session. So for those who do not know about Yin, I'll put a few details in the description below, but just to, touch on it, it's basically flow that is focused more on stillness. So we hold the poses for quite a while, anything from a minute to 15 minutes. But we're not going to be holding anything for 15 minutes, don't worry. Most of the things we're going to be holding will probably be about 1 minute, I think max 3 minutes. All right. So yes, as you can see, I'm on a bed. So this Yin flow is focused on the whole body and really just for relaxation and for calm. So you can do this Yin flow right before you sleep. The bed will make it very easy for that. You can also do it on the floor on your mat. That's also fine. Or just in the middle of the day, maybe even when you wake up. But when we wake up, we tend to be a bit stiff, so it'll help you loosen up for the day. As you can see, this is a bit of a bigger bed. If you have a single bed, that's also fine. All right, so I think we can get started. So we are going to start off in a child's pose. So I'm going to turn to the side just so you can see what I'm doing. But if you're in a single bed and you can't exactly turn to the side, you'll just come forward. Very simple. So just stretching the arms. Really stretching, feeling the stretch through the shoulders. So as usual, we are going to start off by just centering ourselves. Today I'm going to be quite quiet with the guidance because Yin Yoga is very much about stillness, about quiet. So I just want to give you the opportunity to just have that stillness and quietness for yourself. So you can just start off the same way we usually do. We're just going to become aware of the space. And in your own time, coming in towards the body, we relax the body. And then we come to focus on our intention, if we have one for this practice. And if you don't, just being present. And then we focus on the breath. And I'll catch you back when we come to the breath. Oh, just one last thing. You're welcome to do any version of this child's pose that you like, whether you want to do it with your knees close together or maybe wide apart. It may be helpful to just put a pillow under your head here. In my case, if I put my head down, my whole face is going to be in the blanket and then I can't breathe. So maybe just under your forehead, just so that you can breathe a little bit. All right, so now we've brought our attention to the breath. Now we can start to deepen the breath. If you haven't gotten here yet, please pause. So we start to deepen the breath, feeling the belly expand as we inhale, and as we exhale, the belly comes back in towards the spine. Taking deep breaths, and we're going to maintain these deep breaths throughout our practice. So we start off our yin practice just by loosening a little bit, because we're going to be holding for a really long time. So let's just sway side to side here, so that we get a bit of stretch through the shoulders. Maybe you're going to feel it in your lower back, maybe in your hips. And you're welcome to do whatever version of child's pose you feel comfortable with here, either your knees close together or wide apart. Just breathing, and then we're going to inhale, come up onto the knees. So if you had them wide apart, you're going to bring them slightly together. And then we're just going to roll. So coming all the way back, almost to touch the feet, and then we round the back and come forward. Then we arch the back to come back. Round the back to come forward, arch the back to come back. So we're stretching, loosening through the spine, getting some movement into the body. You can come all the way forward if you like, into a cobra or into an upward dog. Breathing. And then let's sit all the way back onto our knees or onto our heels again. And then let's bring both hands to one side. And this will be sort of one of our first yin poses. We're not going to hold it for so long though, so just enjoy it. Here as well, you can place something under the head, or you can place it a bit sideways, but that one is less suggested. So just breathe into the side. And in yin, one of the things that is a bit unique is that we're not going to try to get into our fullest version of the pose immediately. So when we come into yin, we come in until we feel the stretch. Then as we hold it, maybe we can go further. So you don't go in as far as you can immediately, because since we're going to hold it for so long, it actually might become a bit strenuous. Let's inhale, come back to center. Exhale here, and we inhale, come back to the other side. So same thing here, just until you feel the stretch, and then you just hold it. And then if you feel as you're holding it, you're starting to sort of not feel it anymore, then you can go a bit deeper. So you can stretch that left arm a little bit more, or you can move a little bit onto the side again. Yin is a bit of the passive side of our flow. Just keep that in mind. Taking deep breaths into the side. Let's inhale, come back to center, roll the spine, come back up, and now we're going to come onto the bum. So you can come down onto your bum however you like. And then let us bring in one foot. We have it touching the inside of the thigh. And then inhale, the arms come up. Exhale, folding forward. So if you have your blocks and straps with you, sorry, I forgot to mention in the beginning, this is one of the poses where you'll use your strap or your belt or your towel or your tie. So I've got my strap here just to show. So you'll grab your strap, and then if you can only come this far, or maybe usually you can reach your feet, but that's with you really reaching. And like I said, with yin, we just come down until we can feel it, and then we relax. You're not really going as far as you can. So maybe you just want to stay here. So you'll grab your strap and just hold it here, relax the head. And then as time goes on, maybe you feel like you can go a bit deeper. Then you come deeper and then you creep your hands up the strap. And then eventually maybe you'll reach your foot and then you can put the strap down. Or maybe you'll keep on holding the strap throughout the practice. And remember that you can repeat this practice on different days and you'll have different results on each day. Just make sure to be present, to listen to your body, and to breathe. Let's inhale, roll ourselves coming up, sitting up tall. And then let's bring this foot that was against the thigh underneath, almost underneath the bum. And then we bring this leg over and we try to get the knees to meet. If your knees don't meet, that's not a problem. Just do your best. You can even just have it here, but the stretch will obviously be different. So in this one, we have a hope to feel a stretch a little bit through the thigh, especially going into the glutes at the back. So we're just going to take a few moments here. So you can just stay up here, standing tall or sitting tall. And then if you like, you can come forward and maybe lean forward. And then eventually we're going to come back up. So just be aware of that. And just remember that if you maybe do come forward and then you're holding it and it actually starts to feel like a little bit too much, you can come back up. And that's with any pose. If you extend a little bit and it feels like too much, you're always welcome to come back. And then inhaling, we're going to come back up. And then we're going to bring, so if you have your left, what's this? Your right foot on top, you're going to bring your left arm underneath and your right arm over. And you're going to reach for your fingers. See if you can get your fingers to touch. If you can't get your fingers to touch, another handy use of your strap or towel or belt or tie. You're just going to grab on there. You really want your elbow to be facing up to the ceiling. And to feel a nice stretch through the tricep here, you're going to place your arm behind your head and with your head just sort of sitting up straight. You don't have to tilt it back. Sitting up straight, and if you have to maybe pushing it back, you should feel enough of a stretch through your tricep. I'm just going to turn around quickly so you can see what it looks like from behind. So if you've got your strap, this is what it looks like, and you're creeping your fingers up your strap slowly. If you feel a loosening, then you have your arm behind your head, or if you can reach for your fingers, you hold on to them like that. And you can creep the fingers closer and closer as well. Breathing. All right, and then we can loosen the arms, and then we'll just stretch out this bottom leg and then nicely bring the other leg now to the inner thigh. And we come to the other side now. So we inhale, grow tall. It might be helpful to bring out the bum flesh in this one. And then we exhale, leaning forward. And even though this is a bit more of a passive flow, you still want to make sure that you lean forward with a straight back, and then you relax the head. So we're not leaning from the hips. Let's inhale, rolling the spine to come back up. And then we bring the foot underneath, and the other foot comes on top as much as we can get it. Remember to be gentle with yourself with this one. And then you can choose, either you just stay up here. Maybe you can even lean against the wall if you're just going to stay up here. Or you come forward. So in our yin poses, the intention is that we stay focused on the breath. As we breathe, we imagine the air moving to the part of the body where we feel a stretch. And as we breathe, we allow the body to loosen and to surrender to the pose. The mind stays focused here. Let's inhale, bring ourselves back up. Now we have the left arm coming over. Grab your strap if you need it. Right arm is under. And either you're reaching for your strap, or you're creeping your hands up your strap, or you're reaching for your fingers. And remember to have the arm, the top arm, behind the head, so that we can stretch through the triceps here. And you'll also find that in the other arm, you're going to get a nice stretch through the shoulder. Just breathing here. And then let's let go. And then again, however you like, we're going to come back onto our hands and knees. So you can come back however you like. And then we're going to come into a puppy pose. So just make sure that you've got your hips directly above your knees. And then we simply slide the fingers forward. If you would like to increase this one, you can then grab your pillow since you're on your bed. If you're not on your bed, you can grab your block or your pillow still. And then you can place your hands on top. And you can grab several pillows. You can fold up a blanket and put it underneath your hands. Whatever you find around you. Remember to focus on the breath. Feel the air coming into the chest and the shoulders. And then what we're going to do now is we're going to bring one arm underneath. So that will probably be your right arm. You might want to make sure that you've got space to straighten out your legs. So you're going to do as much as you can here. What you're going to do is you're going to bring your other leg to the other side of that first leg. So in this case is my left leg. And you're going to bring your whole body down with the arm underneath and the leg underneath. So to try to show you, you're going to be like that. Ooh. You're going to be like that. With this leg that way and that arm that way. So this is a bit of an intense twist, but you'll feel a great stretch through the abdominals, through the outer thigh of the bottom leg, and through the arm of the top leg. Allow your body to loosen. And then let's bring ourselves out, come back up onto our knees, and we're just going to go straight onto the other side. So we bring the other arm underneath and the leg, and then just allow the body to come down. And then let's come out. And then we're going to relax onto our bellies. And then you're going to stretch out the first arm that was underneath. And then lift up the opposite leg and then bring it all the way around so that we can get a stretch now through the front of the shoulder and through the pectoral muscle. So if you're doing this on a single bed, there is a possibility that your foot will want to hang off the other side. That's okay, but if that makes you a bit uncomfortable, try to see if you can come onto the edge of the bed. Otherwise, you're just going to have to bring your foot closer to your leg. This is one of the more active poses because you actively have to bring this leg back in order to really get the most out of the pose in the front. And then let's come out and we're gonna go straight onto the other side. So stretch out that arm, bring up the opposite leg and then all the way around. And we have our stretch through the shoulder and through the pectoral. Maybe if your leg is hanging off, it actually makes it easier. And then let's come out, push ourselves up, and come back onto our bums. And then we can lay down. So if you're doing this before bed, you can get under the blankets, lay down, and you can just allow yourself to fall asleep. Hopefully another video won't play after this. Otherwise, just laying down. If it's cold where you are, covering yourself up with a blanket, covering up your feet if they aren't already covered. Relaxing the body completely. And once the body is relaxed, we come to relax the mind. And we do so by becoming present. And in this present moment, all that we're really doing is laying on the floor, on the bed, and breathing. Or on the floor, if you are on the floor. If you find that the mind starts to wander, simply acknowledging that the mind has wandered and gently bringing it back to the breath. Slowly waking up the body, wiggling through the fingers and the toes, flopping the feet side to side, flopping the head side to side. Whenever you feel ready, bringing up the knees if they aren't already up. We turn over onto one side and we gently push ourselves up. Come up to seated and just give yourself a moment. Let's bring the hands to the sides. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands come down to your heart. And again, inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands come down to your heart. And last time, big breath up. And exhale, the hands come down to your heart. Take some time to thank yourself for dedicating this time to your mind and to your body. And I thank you so much for joining me. Namaste. Thank you so much, everyone. I really hope that you feel better and that you feel loosened up and ready for the day or ready for your sleep. I know that I really just passed out or almost passed out in that Shavasana. I was not expecting that. Anyway, I really hope that you are all feeling well or better. If you do feel better after this, if you enjoyed it, please give it a like. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I could really use any subscriber that I could get. I really appreciate all of you that have subscribed. And yeah, let me know if you fell asleep, if you enjoyed it. Let me know at what time of the day you did this. Did you do this before sleeping or did you do this in the day? Yeah, let me know. I appreciate all of you and I'll see you again next week.